Speakout, 2nd edition, Pre-intemediate Class CD, by Antonia Clare and J.J. Wilson. Published by Pearson. Copyright Pearson Education Limited, 2015. Lead-in. Recording 1. 1.
Would, as in, would you like a drink? Would. W-O-U-L-D.
2.
Which, as in, which film did you see? Which. W-H-I-C-H.
3.
Friend, as in, what is the name of your best friend? Friend. F-R-I-E-N-D.
4.
Know, as in, do you know the answer? Know. K-N-O-W.
5.
People, as in, how many people are in your class? People. P-E-O-P-L-E.
Unit 1. Life. Recording 1. 1.
How many people are in your family?
2.
How often do you see your parents?
3.
Do you enjoy spending time with your family?
4.
When was your last family celebration?
5.
Who do you live with?
6.
How often do you eat out with friends?
7.
Where does your best friend live?
Unit 1. Recording 2. Story 1.
My boyfriend and I were at a restaurant and I don't know how he did it, but he put the engagement ring in my salad. I didn't see it and I put it in my mouth. I think he panicked and tried to stop me. Anyway, luckily I felt something hard as I bit into my food and I didn't swallow it. I took it out, saw what it was, and accepted. So that was how we got engaged. It was almost a disaster. We got married 1 month later.
Story 2.
We decided to go on holiday in Egypt, as we both liked diving. This was me and my girlfriend at the time. So we went on a dive, and I proposed to her underwater. I didn't say anything. I just gave her the ring while we were, 10 feet under. Luckily, she smiled. We got back on the boat, and she said yes.
Story 3.
My husband and I are video artists. We met at art school, and honestly, we fell in love immediately. And what he did was he made a funny 2-minute video. He put it on YouTube and sent a link to me. And it was him proposing. And in the video, there was music, and then all of our friends suddenly appeared, singing and dancing. It was amazing and such a surprise. I watched it, and then I surprised him. I accepted his proposal, but I didn't tell him. Instead, I made a video of me saying yes.
Unit 1. Recording 3. 1.
D. Lived. They lived in Africa.
2.
T. Asked. He asked her to marry him.
3.
Id. Started. They started a family.
Unit 1, Recording 4.
Worked. Wanted. Stopped. Smiled. Walked. Needed. Talked. Studied. Helped. Decided.
Unit 1, Recording 5. Conversation 1.
Hi, David. This is my friend Rachel.
Hi, Rachel. Pleased to meet you. Would you like a drink?
Sorry, what did you say?
Would you like a drink, Rachel?
I'd love a coffee, thank you.
So, do you work here?
No, I'm a student.
Are you here on holiday then?
Yes.
Where exactly do you come from?
I'm from Beckley, near Oxford.
Okay. I'll just go and get a coffee.
Conversation 2.
Hi, Felicia. Nice day, isn't it?
Yes, it's lovely.
Did you have a good weekend?
Yes, it was okay. I didn't do much.
Did you watch the match last night?
Yes, it was terrible. We lost 3-0.
Oh, no. I'm sorry to hear that.
That's okay. I'll see you later.
Yeah, see you soon.
Unit 1, Recording 6. 1,
Would you like a drink?
2,
Did you have a good weekend?
3,
This is my friend Rachel.
4,
I'd love a coffee, thank you.
5,
Yes, it was okay.
6.
Pleased to meet you.
Unit 1, Recording 7.
I've known Michelle for a long time and we met when we were at school together. We were about 11 years old and I had to show her to her peg to hang up her coat. And we've been mates ever since. We get on really well. She's one of those people that if you haven't seen for 6 months, 6 days, it's the same. It's like time hasn't passed. We've got lots of things in common. We play tennis together. The only problem with Michelle is that she's a bit competitive. And we've fallen out over tennis. Sometimes if she wins, I haven't spoken to her. And she's just one of those people you can rely on. She's sort of like number one in my phone book. And yeah, she's a great person. We have a real laugh together.
Unit 2, Work. Recording 1.
Company. Employee. Salary. Office. Customer. Employer. Staff. Task. Boss. Bonus.
Unit 2, Recording 2.
Today we're looking at how companies motivate their staff. Sarah, can you tell us more?
Absolutely. Internet companies are famous for this type of thing. At Yahoo, there's a free bus ride to work for employees. There's also a dentist and a hairdresser at the office.
Makes life easier for employees.
Exactly. And wait for it, one day a month, the staff watch films together.
Great ideas.
Yep. Now, at Google, lunch is free, and you can also get a cheap massage at the office.
Wow.
And other companies are bringing in new ideas too. A company called Pontiflex in New York created a nap room where employees could sleep for 15 minutes.
Nice idea.
At several companies, we're hearing that the relationship between bosses and employees is changing. At one company, the boss writes thank you notes to employees. At another, the staff does a job swap 2 days a year. So a senior manager might clean floors for the day, and the cleaner can sit in an air-conditioned office.
Does that motivate everybody?
Well, it helps employees to see what everyone else is doing in the company, which I think is very valuable. And of course...
Unit 2, Recording 3. Conversation 1.
Hi, I work at Kinko's coffee shop across the street, but at the moment I'm having a break here in the music shop.
And what are you doing on your break?
I'm choosing my free CD for the week.
Free CD? Can you tell us a bit more? Why are you doing this?
Sure, Kinko's, the coffee shop, has an agreement with the music shop. The employees at the music shop get free coffee at Kinko's. They all come in during their break, and we get one free CD a week from the music shop.
Great!
We all know each other and it works really well.
Conversation 2.
So this is the clothes shop, and this is the study area.
Right. So you have a study area?
Yeah, as you can see, David over there is studying, and these two are doing an online course.
And this is during company hours? Does the boss know about this?
It's the boss's idea. The company pays for employees to do courses. So during our breaks or after 7 when the shop closes, we can stay on and study.
That's excellent. And are you studying at the moment?
Yeah, but I'm not studying anything connected with fashion.
What are you studying?
I'm studying history.
And the company pays?
The company pays. It pays for about 6 of us. I think 6 of us are doing online courses.
Brilliant.
Conversation 3.
Hi there, I work for a software company.
And what are you doing now?
Well, I'm checking my emails at the moment because I need to see what work I have to do today.
At 1 o'clock?
Well, the company has flexible hours. You can arrive when you want and go home at any time.
That sounds good.
It's great. We get a salary for good work, not for the time we spend in the office. So, really, the important thing is to do your job well. That's what the boss says anyway.
Unit 2, Recording 4. Sales rep. Fashion designer. IT consultant. Foreign correspondent. Personal trainer. Rescue worker. Motorcycle courier. Unit 2, Recording 5.
Can you tell us a little about what you do and what you like about your job?
Yes, I'm a marine biologist. I work mainly in the sea and also in the lab. One good thing about my job is that I like working outside.
I see.
In fact, I can't stand sitting at a desk all day. What else?
Maybe you get to travel?
I travel a lot, and I absolutely love travelling, particularly in South America and Australia.
Right. And what about your colleagues, people you work with?
Actually, most of my time is spent alone, which kind of suits me. I don't like working in a team. I prefer working alone.
Really? And what about the type of work?
It's interesting. There's a lot of lab work, but it's a very practical job. You're working with animals and plant life the whole time. And, I don't mind getting my hands dirty. That's important. Also, I'm keen on learning new things. And you do learn all the time in this job. You're always discovering new things.
That's great. It sounds wonderful.
I couldn't do an office job because I hate working under pressure. And I'm not very keen on working for a company. I just want to be my own boss.
So you found the right job for you?
I found the right job for me, yes.
Unit 2, Recording 6.
One good thing about my job is that I like working outside.
I see.
I travel a lot and I absolutely love travelling, particularly in South America and Australia.
Right. And what about your colleagues? People you work with?
I don't like working in a team. I prefer working alone.
Really? And what about the type of work?
You're always discovering new things.
That's great. It sounds wonderful.
Unit 2, Recording 7. 1,
I see.
2,
Right. And what about your colleagues?
3,
Really? And what about the type of work?
4,
That's great. It sounds wonderful.
Unit 2, Recording 8.
Zainab, can I ask you a few questions about your work-life balance?
Of course.
Okay. First question. How much time do you spend sleeping?
Lots. Probably about 8 or 9 hours a night.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. And what about studying?
Well, I suppose usually about 5 or 6 hours a day, although it depends. I mean, if I have an exam coming up or something, it's probably more.
And do you ever have a holiday?
Oh yeah, probably twice a year I try and go abroad and just completely relax.
Okay. What about your weekends? Do you ever study at the weekend?
Not usually, but once in a while I open a book.
Right. And do you think you have a good work-life balance?
I think so, yeah. I'm not too stressed or anything.
Easy life being a student?
Oh yeah.
Unit 3, Time Out. Recording 1.
You probably think there's nothing to do for free in New York, right? Well, New York may be one of the most expensive cities in the world, but if you look carefully, there are still lots of fun things to do that will cost you next to nothing or may even be free. We sent 2 journalists, Raphael and Carmen, out onto the streets of New York with just $20 to spend. Their challenge was to organise a great day out, but not go over their budget. Let's listen to their plans. Raphael?
Yes?
Raphael, hi. Can you tell us what you're planning to do with your $20?
Hi, yes. Well, actually, I'm going to start the day with a delicious bagel from a great bagel shop I've discovered on 3rd Avenue. They are really cheap and tasty. Then I'm going to spend the morning in Central Park. The park is filled with free events and street musicians, so I'm just going to listen to music and watch people. In the afternoon, I'm going to the Museum of American Finance. You have to pay to go in, but I'm really interested to find out about the history of American banking. After that, I'm taking the Staten Island Ferry. It's free, and it's a great way to see views of New York from the water. In the evening, I'm going to see some live music on 2nd Avenue. I'll need to buy one drink, but the music is free.
That sounds great, Raphael. Enjoy the day.
Thank you. I'm sure I will.
OK, so Raphael has chosen bagels, Central Park, the Finance Museum and live music in the evening. Let's hear about what Carmen is planning for her day. Carmen.
Hi.
Carmen, can you tell us what you've planned for your day in New York City?
Yes, of course. I'm really excited because I'm going to the High Line to see some sculptures and just walk around and see what's happening.
The High Line? What's that?
It's an old railway track. Now it's used as a park and there are lots of different activities and artists there. It's a really peaceful and beautiful place, right in the middle of the city. Lots of people go jogging there. I'm not going running though. I'm going to see a free art exhibition. After that, I'm going to Times Square. It's such a famous place, and there are a lot of tourists there, but I really like the atmosphere. And there's an Italian restaurant that does the best cheesecake just nearby. So I'm going to have something to eat. And then in the evening, I'm meeting with a friend and we're going to a free hip-hop class. I'm going to learn to dance like a real New Yorker.
Wow, that sounds good. So first you're going to eat cheesecake and then you're going dancing, right?
Exactly.
That sounds like a great plan. So 2 great plans there. Which would you choose?
Unit 3, Recording 2. 1.
Gonna. I'm gonna see a free art exhibition.
2.
Gonna. I'm gonna see some live music.
3.
Gonna. We're gonna have a pizza.
4.
Gonna. Are you gonna come with us?
Unit 3, Recording 3.
Concert hall. Countryside. Sports field. Nightclub. Street market. Shopping mall. Nature trail. Waterfront.
Unit 3, Recording 4. Conversation 1.
Como's restaurant.
Hello, I'd like to book a table for 4 on Saturday night around 8:30 if possible.
Let me just have a look. This Saturday?
Yes.
Saturday the 15th. Sorry, we're completely full on Saturday. There's nothing at all.
What about Sunday?
Sunday. The best I can do is a table at 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock? You haven't got anything earlier?
Nothing at all, I'm afraid.
OK, let's go ahead, 9 o'clock.
Can I take your name, please?
The table is for Jack Hopper.
Jack... Hang on. Can you repeat that, please? Did you say Jack Hopper?
Yes, Hopper.
OK, that's all booked. Table for 4, 9 o'clock, Sunday.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Conversation 2.
RSA Theatre, Jenny speaking. How can I help you?
Hello, I was wondering if you could help me. I've booked tickets for the show on the 10th of June, but I'd like to change the date.
OK, one moment. Can I just check? What's the name, please?
The tickets are booked in the name of James King.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. Did you say King?
James King.
OK, yes, 2 tickets for June the 10th. What date would you like to change to?
What dates do you still have seats for?
There's nothing on the 12th or 13th. There are 2 seats for the 11th, but they're separate. We've got...
Sorry, can you slow down, please? 2 seats for...
Sorry, 2 seats for the 11th, but they aren't together. We can do you 2 seats together on the 14th of June.
14th of June, that's fine.
OK, I'll just go ahead and book that.
Conversation 3.
Hello?
Hello, it's Mary here. Hello, can you hear me okay? It's Mary here.
Oh, hi, Mary. How are you?
Very well, thanks. And you?
Yeah, fine.
Are you doing anything on Friday? Because a few of us are going out for dinner.
Sorry, Mary, can you speak up, please? I'm at the station and I can't hear a thing.
Do you want to go for dinner on Friday?
Oh, that sounds nice.
There's going to be a few of us. Mohammed and Claire and Robin.
That sounds like fun.
Are you free?
I think so.
All right, 8:30 Saturday, Paulie's.
Okay, Paulie's on Saturday at 8:30.
That's right. Great. See you soon.
Okay, thanks for calling.
Conversation 4.
Witherton's, who's calling?
Hello, this is Kim Brower. Can I speak to Alexandra Sanders, please?
I'm afraid she's not here at the moment.
Do you know when she'll be back? I've tried her phone 3 or 4 times and left messages, but she hasn't called back.
She's visiting a customer. She should be back this evening. Can I take a message?
It's about dinner tonight. I've had to cancel because of work.
Okay, I'll ask her to call you back.
Thanks.
Does she have your number?
It's 01823-2766.
Oh, can you repeat that, please?
01823-2766.
Unit 3, Recording 5. 1,
Can you slow down, please?
2,
Can you hear me okay?
3,
Can you speak up, please?
4,
Can you repeat that, please?
Unit 3, Recording 6. Conversation 1.
My phone number is 765-9876-2135, okay?
Conversation 2.
My full address is the one I gave you last week. The New York address.
Conversation 3.
My phone number is 245-9888.
Conversation 4.
I'll be taking the 6:45 from Houston and changing up Miami, and I'll arrive at about 2.
Unit 3, Recording 7. Conversation 1.
My phone number is 765-9876-2135, okay?
Sorry, can you slow down, please?
Conversation 2.
My full address is the one I gave you last week. The New York address.
Sorry, can you speak up, please?
Conversation 3.
My phone number is 245-9888.
Can you repeat that, please?
Conversation 4.
I'll be taking the 6:45 from Houston and changing up Miami, and I'll arrive at about 2.
Can I just check? Did you say 2? Unit 3, Recording 8.
Okay, I'm going to tell you about how to go local in Pisa, Italy. I'm going to take you on a tour that only the locals would know about. First of all, we're starting the day with a coffee and a fresh pastry from a little bar near the Vettovaglie market. I love this place because it's where all the locals who are selling on the market go to have their coffee. And the coffee is delicious. We're going to spend the morning walking through the market and the old part of the city near the university. Afterwards, for lunch, we're going to one of the best restaurants I know. It's called Le Bandierine, and they specialize in homemade spaghetti and seafood, and we're going to have a fantastic meal there. In the afternoon, we're planning to go a little outside Pisa to San Rossore Park. It's a beautiful place to walk, but they also have horse races there, so we can have some fun watching the horses. In the evening, we're going back towards the Leaning Tower for an early evening drink to look at the Piazza dei Miracoli as the sun goes down, when all the tourists have gone home. We'll finish the evening with a wonderful pizza from a restaurant on the other side of the city. I'm sure you'll love it. It's going to be a day to remember.
Unit 4, Great Minds. Recording 1.
Have you ever made a speech in public?
No, never. Have you?
Yes, I have. I made a speech at work.
Really? When did you do that?
At a conference last year. I was really nervous.
I'm not surprised. OK. Have you ever made friends with someone from another country?
No, I haven't. But my brother has. He met a woman from Chile in 2014. In fact, they got married a week ago.
Oh.
Unit 4. Recording 2.
Caught. Bought. Kept. Slept. Made. Paid. Driven. Given. Done. Won. Flown. Grown. Come. Swum. Crossed. Lost.
Unit 4. Recording 3.
So, Mario, can you tell us how you used your talent in your job?
Well, I've always enjoyed cooking. I come from a big Italian family, and I learned to cook by watching my mother in the kitchen.
But no one knew you could cook, right?
That's right, no one knew. I only cooked at home, but I did it well. Then, in my 20s, I started to make meals for my friends. And well, I was working in an office. And I brought food to office parties, that kind of thing.
Then you had an idea.
I had the idea to sell my food at work.
So your colleagues buy your food every day?
Yeah, I started selling it to friends and colleagues, and then to other people at work. I prepared all kinds of things. Bread, pasta, cakes.
And then you made a decision.
Yeah, office work was okay, but I wanted to do something more interesting. So eventually, I asked the boss if I could open a cafe in the office.
And he was happy to.
He agreed. They gave me a room. Now I bring food there every day. We have chairs and tables. And now, that's my job.
Have you ever thought, oh, I prefer my old office job. This is too difficult?
Never. I've never thought that because this is what I love doing. Cooking and preparing different menus. Really, it's the best decision I've ever made.
And have you thought about expanding the business? Maybe opening a restaurant one day?
I've thought about it, but it's a long way away.
Unit 4, Recording 4. 1.
They don't have to wear a uniform.
2.
They don't have to wait for the school bus.
3.
You can choose which subjects you want to study.
4.
You have to work hard. You must work hard.
5.
But you can choose to work when you feel like it.
6.
You have to be at school at 8:30 a.m. You must be at school at 8:30 a.m.
7.
You mustn't wear trainers. You can't wear trainers.
8.
You mustn't use your mobile phone in class. You can't use your mobile phone in class.
9.
Some people think that children who study at home can't go to the exams and get the same qualifications.
10.
But they can and they do.
Unit 4, Recording 5.
Should. You should. You should go online.
Shouldn't. You shouldn't. You shouldn't worry.
Should. Should I look it up?
Unit 4, Recording 6.
Magda, many of my students are too shy to speak in front of the class. They worry about making mistakes.
Yes, this is a common problem. Teachers should give students time to prepare. Tell them the question and give them a few minutes to think about what they'll say. They can take notes first.
That's a good idea.
Also, let them practice in groups before they speak in front of everyone. This will give them confidence.
Yes, you're right. I do usually give them a chance to practice first. Now, what about those students who have problems listening to English?
Problems listening, that's common too.
Native speakers, for example, people from the UK or Australia or the States, speak really fast and it's difficult to understand them.
Yes, students should practice listening to native speakers. Fortunately, if they have the internet, there are lots of opportunities. They can listen to the news and to podcasts. But even better is to go on YouTube and watch film clips. When we can see the people speaking, it makes it easier. We can watch the mouth and the hands and the body language, and it helps us to understand.
And using subtitles? Some teachers say we shouldn't use them, ever.
I'm not sure that's a good idea. Subtitles can be a real help. Students can see the differences between the spelling and the pronunciation of words. They can see which words are swallowed.
I suppose so.
For me, students should use subtitles maybe the second time they watch.
Okay. And what about students' pronunciation? They have a lot of problems.
Unit 4, Recording 7.
Okay, well, I think the most important invention is probably the internet. For me, it's number one. It's opened up the world and we can get lots of information for free now. And it joins people together from all different cultures and countries.
That's true. But I think there are more important inventions. Really simple things that are so common we forget about them.
Like what?
Well, things like aspirin. It's not really an invention, I suppose, but can you imagine life without aspirin?
Not really.
And all the other medicines we use.
Antibiotics to cure illnesses. And that's true, actually. Painkillers.
And another invention that I see as really important is the car.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Before the car, travel was so slow it took days to get anywhere.
That's true. People went everywhere by horse, didn't they?
Yeah. And so the car opened up possibilities to...
Unit 5, Travel. Recording 1. 1.
I was running when it started to snow, so I went home. I was running.
2.
I was waiting for a bus when I met my boss, so we went for a drink. I was waiting.
3.
I was watching TV when I recognized my best friend, so I called her. I was watching.
4.
I was walking home when I found $5,000 in a bag, so I took it to the police. I was walking.
5.
We were travelling by plane when a man with a gun stood up, so we hit him, took the gun and became heroes. We were travelling.
6.
We were riding our bicycles when a car walked across the road, so we stopped. We were riding.
7.
We were eating in a restaurant when we saw a mouse, so we told the waiter and didn't pay. We were eating.
8.
I was studying in my room when I heard loud music next door, so I went to complain and they invited me to their party. I was studying.
Unit 5. Recording 2.
Suitcase.
Notebook.
Digital camera.
Souvenirs.
Waterproof clothes.
Dictionary.
Walking boots.
Sun hat.
Backpack.
Money belt.
Binoculars.
Map.
Umbrella.
Unit 5. Recording 3. 1.
These days, we always expect to hear English in tourist areas. Most people working in tourism speak it, but I always want to talk to local people, and many of them don't speak English. So I try to learn a few words of the language, especially please and thank you, and I always take a small dictionary.
2.
I love walking when I go on holiday because I think you see more. So I always take a really good pair of walking boots.
3.
I think a good digital camera is important when you travel. I always take a lot of photos, and I also take binoculars.
4.
When I'm not travelling for work, I usually spend my holidays in a warm place, so I always take a sun hat. But when I go somewhere during the winter or rainy season, I always take waterproof clothes.
5.
I think it's a good idea to buy a really good suitcase, and when you pack, leave enough space for souvenirs. On the other hand, I enjoy travelling in wild places, so often I take a backpack, not a suitcase. If you decide to go walking, a backpack is much easier to carry.
6.
It's best to avoid carrying too much money because you don't want to look like a rich tourist. Because of this, I always take a money belt on holiday.
7.
I need to write things down to remember them, so I take a notebook and pen.
Unit 5. Recording 4. 1.
To get to Argentina, you wait at the corner for the bus. It takes you down Avenida das Cataratas and right into Avenida Mercosul. The bus goes straight on for about 25 minutes. Cross the bridge and you're in Argentina.
2.
To see the Iguazu Falls on the Brazilian side, you turn right and just go straight on down Avenida das Cataratas and Highway 469, and the falls are in front of you. You can't miss them. They're the biggest in the world.
3.
To get to Paraguay, you have to go left. You go along the main road through the park, past the trees. Then you turn right and you're on Avenida Kubitschek. Let's see. From there, you keep going until you reach Highway 277. Go left. The bridge is at the end of the highway. Cross the bridge and you're in Paraguay.
Unit 5. Recording 5. Conversation 1.
Excuse me, we're trying to get to the carnival. Is this the right bus stop?
Yes, but you don't need the bus. It's very close.
Oh, can we walk?
Yes, it takes about 10 minutes from here. Just go straight on. You'll hear the music.
OK, thank you very much.
Conversation 2.
Excuse me, can you help me? I'm looking for the Plaza Hotel. Is this the right way?
Plaza Hotel, Plaza Hotel. Oh, yes. Keep going past the cinema and take the first left.
Okay.
Then keep going for about 15 minutes until you reach the end of the road, and you'll see the sign for the hotel. You can't miss it.
Okay. Can you show me on the map?
Sure.
Conversation 3.
Excuse me, we want to get to the Grand Motel. Is it far?
Sorry, I've no idea. Jim, do you know?
What?
The Grand Motel?
The Grand Motel? Yeah, it's just over there. Just go to the end of this street, go left and go past the, there's a restaurant. Go past the restaurant and it's on the left.
On the left. So I need to go to the end of the street, turn left, go past the restaurant, and it's on the left.
Yeah, that's it.
Thanks a lot.
Unit 5. Recording 6. Extract 1.
Can we walk?
Yes, it takes about 10 minutes from here.
Extract 2.
Excuse me, can you help me? I'm looking for the Plaza Hotel. Is this the right way?
Plaza Hotel, Plaza Hotel. Oh, yes. Keep going past the cinema and take the first left.
Okay.
Then keep going for about 15 minutes until you reach the end of the road, and you'll see the sign for the hotel. You can't miss it.
Okay. Can you show me on the map?
Sure.
Extract 3.
Excuse me, we want to get to the Grand Motel. Is it far?
Sorry, I've no idea. Jim, do you know?
What?
The Grand Motel?
The Grand Motel? Yeah, it's just over there. Just go to the end of this street, go left and go past the, there's a restaurant. Go past the restaurant and it's on the left.
On the left. So I need to go to the end of the street, turn left, go past the restaurant, and it's on the left.
Unit 5. Recording 7. 1.
Can you help me?
2.
Is it far?
3.
Can we walk?
4.
Can you show me on the map?
5.
Is this the right way?
Unit 5. Recording 8.
OK, well, we would like to go to Easter Island. It is very isolated, very far from other places. And the nearest country is Chile, over 2,000 miles away. We're going to travel there by plane and stay with different families. And the trip is going to take 3 months. We want to experience the local culture, their music, food and way of life. So our plan is to speak to the local people about these things and to film them. We hope to find out about their traditions and to see what they think of their history. Well, finally, my husband and I always wanted to go to Easter Island. I read about it when I was a child, and I saw pictures of these amazing stone heads on the island. So for us, this is the journey of our dreams.
Unit 6. Fitness. Recording 1. 1.
Do you live in a town or by the sea?
2.
How long have you lived there?
3.
How long have you lived in the house you live in now?
4.
What is the name of your best friend?
5.
How long have you known him or her?
6.
Do you work or study?
7.
How long have you worked or studied where you are now?
8.
What hobby do you enjoy?
9.
How long have you done it for?
10.
Do you have a bicycle or a car?
11.
How long have you had it?
Unit 6. Recording 2. 1.
How long have you lived there?
2.
How long have you known him?
3.
How long have you had it?
4.
How long have you studied?
5.
How long have you worked there?
Unit 6. Recording 3.
Sue, what are the latest food trends?
We have lots of interesting developments and even possible solutions for world problems related to food.
Great. So can you kind of...
Well, the key question is always what to eat. And here we may see some changes, things that you might not understand as food groups.
Can you give an example?
An example is insects.
As a food group?
Well, in Latin America, Asia, and Africa, people have eaten insects for thousands of years. But it's only now that we in the West are seeing what a good food source they are. Insects are rich in protein, low in fat, and easy to farm.
So spiders and ants may be on the menu.
We might see them on menus in the West. Now, technology will also play a part in the future of food. Scientists have already found ways to create meat in the lab.
Right, but it tastes awful, doesn't it?
It tastes awful now, but maybe it won't in the future. And as well as meat made in a lab, we're also looking at ways to make proteins out of things like mud and wood and also seaweed.
It seems incredible that mud might be something we can eat.
Well, it's the same for seaweed, which again is easy to farm because it's everywhere. Other developments on your kitchen table include an intelligent knife.
What's that?
An intelligent knife will tell you all about the food it's cutting. So, say you cut a slice of meat. The knife will tell you how much protein and fat is in the meat, where it's from, how old it is.
That's amazing.
Really giving people more information about their food.
Unit 6. Recording 4. 1.
In 20 years, food won't be much different from today.
2.
Eating habits might change.
3.
Fast food restaurants may change their menu.
4.
People will always sit down for a family meal.
Unit 6. Recording 5. 1,
Headache. I've got a headache.
2,
Backache. I've got backache.
3,
A cold. I've caught a cold.
4,
Flu. She caught flu.
5,
A sore throat. I've got a sore throat.
6,
A cough. I've got a bad cough.
7,
Temperature. He's got a high temperature.
8,
Medicine. Take some medicine.
9,
Antibiotics. Take some antibiotics.
10,
Painkillers. Take some painkillers.
Unit 6. Recording 6. Conversation 1.
Hello, I'm Dr. Andrews. Now, what's the matter?
Well, Doctor, I feel terrible. I get these headaches and I feel sick.
Ah, how long have you had this problem?
A few weeks now. And I can't sleep at night because my head hurts.
You can't sleep?
That's right.
And are you very worried or under pressure at the moment?
No, I don't think so.
Do you have a healthy diet?
Quite healthy.
Do you drink tea or coffee?
Yes, I do.
How much?
Tea? Probably about 8 cups or 10.
A day?
Yes.
I see. And has that changed in the last few weeks?
Not really.
OK, well, the first thing is I think you should stop drinking so much tea and coffee. Try to drink just 1 small cup a day. I'll give you some painkillers for the headaches. Take 2 of these 3 times a day. I don't think it's anything to worry about, but if your headaches continue...
Conversation 2.
Good morning. How can I help?
Well, I'm worried about my foot.
Your foot?
Yes. It hurts when I walk.
I see. Did you do anything to it? Did you have an accident?
Well, sort of.
What happened?
I kicked a wall.
I see. When did you do that?
About a week ago?
OK. Did you go to hospital?
No.
Can I have a look?
Yes, of course. Yep.
Where does it hurt?
Here?
Oh, yes, there.
Can you move it?
Yes, a little. But it's very painful.
I think it might be broken. It's nothing to worry about, but I think you should go to the hospital for an X-ray. I'll write you a note, and if you just take this to the hospital...
Unit 6. Recording 7.
What's the matter?
I've got a really bad cough. I feel terrible.
How long have you had the problem?
About a week.
Can I have a look?
It's very painful.
I'll give you some medicine.
Unit 6. Recording 8.
To get healthy, you need a combination of things. You need the right diet. You need to exercise. You need to sleep 7 or 8 hours. Then there are other things related to lifestyle. How many friends you have. How happy your relationships are. These are really important and they affect your general health. In this person's case, there are some changes he can make. For example, he needs to do some exercise. I understand that his back gives him problems, which is quite common in someone of his age, but he could really help himself by doing more activity. He could try going for walks or cycling. Also, 6 hours of TV every day is too much. He should spend some of that time exercising or seeing his friends. He must lose weight, so maybe he could eat less meat, perhaps once a day instead of twice. Now, some of these changes are related to the people around him. For example, if it's his wife who does the cooking, she'll need to look into...
Unit 7. Changes. Recording 1. Part 1.
Now, have you ever daydreamed about changing your life forever? About giving up your job and setting off for a distant country where you can find love and happiness? Well, Jessica Fox did just that, and she's on the line now to tell us about her journey. Jessica, welcome to the programme.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Now, you started your journey in Los Angeles. Tell me about your life there. What was your job? What sort of lifestyle did you have?
I was consulting for NASA, and I was doing what I loved. I was living in a city that I adored, and I had an extraordinary network of friends. I can only describe it as like an abstract taste that I was missing. And so I really it was about a year, I began daydreaming of something quite different.
And did you have an actual vision of what the change might be?
I would often sit down in my studio and just dream of different things, and usually they turned into the screenplays I was writing. And this dream kept on coming back of working in a used bookshop by the sea. And
working in a used bookshop by the sea?
In Scotland, yes.
In Scotland, right. Had you ever had any connection with used bookshops or Scotland before?
None. Absolutely none.
Part 2.
And so did you set about doing something to realise the dream?
Yeah, and it happened quite quickly, actually. I typed in used bookshop Scotland into Google, and Wigtown came up. Scotland's national book town of, I think it was about 16 bookshops. And I thought, oh my gosh, one of them hopefully would take me in for kind of a live-work exchange while I was on holiday. And I could realise this dream of...
So did you just send an email to these bookshops and ask them to take you in?
I sent one email to the first bookshop on the list, which was The Bookshop, and it was the largest used bookshop in Scotland. And within a couple of emails, this sort of extraordinary, generous bookshop owner said, yeah, I host a lot of other artists. Come on over for the festival.
And so you came over
I did.
and you stayed at the bookshop. What sort of a bookshop was it? What sort of impression did it make on you when you first arrived?
I would describe it as if Harry Potter had a bookshop, this would be it.
And what about the bookshop owner? Did you get on with him?
I did. You know, I was here for a specific reason. I really wanted to get away from things I wanted to write. So when I first met the bookshop owner, it was a friendly relationship I had with him. I didn't get to know him very much until towards the end of my stay.
Part 3.
Your month ended and you went back to LA. Did you find yourself missing the shop and missing the owner?
Yeah, I loved the shop. I loved the town itself and the people there. And it took me a while to admit it was actually most of all the bookshop owner that I was missing.
And how did you find out that he was missing you too?
We would correspond over email and Skype, and I'd get lovely packages from him with things I missed about Wigtown. And such as, this is terrible, such as the biscuits, the digestive biscuits that I absolutely adore, and a lot of the sweets and movies. I fell in love with Scottish films.
So your relationship deepened. Did you think, well, maybe I'm falling in love with this man?
Yeah, and I think the reason why it took so long for me to admit was it meant a radical life shift. And luckily, my job shifted at NASA. So suddenly I had this freedom of being able to be anywhere in the world that I wanted. And I just thought, well, why let all my characters in my movies have all the fun? I wanted to jump in and try this. This was a true challenge and adventure.
So tell me about your life now, living above the bookshop in Scotland.
Well, right now there's a heater underneath my legs. It is absolutely freezing. There's ice crawling up the windows, but it is very cozy. And the snow's just hit here. It's beautiful outside. And Wigtown remains, 4 years on, remains as charming as when I first came.
How's it going with the bookshop owner?
Wonderful. You couldn't find a more beautiful place, and you couldn't find more excellent people. And, you know, the love of my life's here, so.
Jessica, it's been wonderful to speak to you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Unit 7, Recording 2. 1.
When I was a child, I used to cycle to school.
2.
My brother always used to listen to heavy metal music.
3.
My family used to live in a different city.
4. 4.
I used to stay up all night dancing. Now I get tired at 10 p.m.
5.
We didn't used to have any pets.
6.
We used to go skiing in the holidays.
Unit 7, Recording 3. 1.
Used to. I used to cycle to school. When I was a child, I used to cycle to school.
2.
Used to. Used to listen. My brother always used to listen to heavy metal music.
3.
Used to. Used to live. My family used to live in a different city.
4.
Used to. Used to stay up. I used to stay up all night dancing.
5.
Didn't used to. Didn't used to have any pets. We didn't used to have any pets.
6.
Used to. Used to go skiing. We used to go skiing in the holidays.
Unit 7, Recording 4. 1.
I'm doing an English course to improve my speaking.
2.
I'll do many jobs in the future because I like to try different things.
3.
I'd like to become famous, so I'm going to study acting.
4.
You need to communicate well to become successful in my job.
5.
I'd like to make a film about my life because I've had many great experiences.
6.
I'd love to spend time abroad to experience another culture.
7.
I'm going to take an exam, so I have to study a lot.
8.
It's difficult to be an imposter because you can never relax.
Unit 7, Recording 5. Conversation 1.
Excuse me, where do I register for my course?
Do you know where the main reception is?
Sorry?
The main reception?
Oh, yes.
The registration desk is there.
Thank you so much.
Conversation 2.
Excuse me, where's the study centre?
It's next to the cafeteria.
The cafeteria? Oh, where's that?
Follow me. I'll take you there.
Thank you, that's very kind.
Conversation 3.
Where can I use the internet?
You can use the computers in the library or in the study centre.
Do I have to pay?
No.
So it's free for students?
Yes, that's right.
Conversation 4.
Excuse me, what time is the library open?
It's open every day from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m.
Did you say every day?
Yes, that's right. Every day from 9 in the morning until 6 in the evening.
Thank you.
Conversation 5.
Could you help me?
Where can I get a new student card? I've lost mine.
OK, if you go to the main reception, you can get a new one.
Thank you.
Conversation 6.
Excuse me, can you help me find my classroom?
Sure, what number is it?
301.
OK, you need to go up to the 3rd floor, and it's on the right.
Conversation 7.
Where can I buy a notebook?
There's a stationery shop downstairs.
Sorry?
There's a stationery shop downstairs.
Thank you so much.
Conversation 8.
Can you help me?
Yes, maybe.
I need to find out about my accommodation. Can you tell me where to go?
Accommodation? I think you have to go to the welfare office over there, next to the bookshop.
Thank you.
Unit 7, Recording 6. 1.
Do you know where the main reception is? Sorry?
2.
It's next to the cafeteria.
The cafeteria? Oh, where's that?
3.
Do I have to pay?
No.
So it's free for students.
4.
It's open every day from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Did you say every day?
5.
I need to find out about my accommodation. Can you tell me where to go?
Accommodation? I think you have to go to the welfare office.
Unit 7, Recording 7. 1.
Do you know where the main reception is? Sorry?
2.
It's next to the cafeteria.
The cafeteria? Where's that?
3.
Do I have to pay?
No.
So it's free for students.
4.
It's open every day from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Did you say every day?
5.
I need to find out about my accommodation. Can you tell me where to go?
Accommodation? I think you have to go to the welfare office.
Unit 7, Recording 8.
Well, when I first arrived in the USA, it was a very interesting time for me. The biggest problem was that I couldn't really speak the language very well. I learned English at school and at university in Poland, but it's very different when you are living in the country and you need to speak it all the time. I felt very nervous when I had to speak to American people, like in the shops or when you meet friends, and I couldn't understand what people were saying to me. It was terrible. I used to stay at home and watch loads of television to try and understand what people were saying. Luckily, I made friends very quickly with some American girls, so we used to go out together, and that really helped me. After a few months, my English was much better. I felt more confident, and now I talk to people all the time, but it was hard at the beginning.